Vinny, cup games all about being in the hat for the next round, but it was a slog at times.
Yeah, it was. I think like some of our play at certain stages was really good. I thought we started the game really brightly, and then it just became, obviously it's extremely hot down here, 24, 25 degrees, and it became a bit of a slog. And they dug in and got 10 men behind the ball, and we've got to be a little bit better breaking teams down. But you know, I've been involved in a lot of cup runs, and people don't tend to remember these games, so we've got through it. It's great to get minutes into people. Cameron Dunnigan needed that, and Han needed that, and he showed some of his quality at different stages. So it was good. Sean Murray got game time into him as well, and Greg needed games. He's only trained twice before last Thursday, so from that perspective it was good. And we're very happy with how we played at times. Look, we've done enough. We dominating corners and shots, and the keeper was excellent. And by and large, we didn't have a lot to. Our own goalkeeper didn't have loads to do, bar one long range shot. So, look, it's just about being in the hat on Tuesday, and we're in it.
Yeah. You mentioned Ty Ryan. Was it ever getting to a stage where you're thinking, Jesus, this could be one of those days?
Yes and no. We're so dominant, it doesn't feel like that at times, and like, I don't know what the possession stats are, and they don't mean anything other than you're so dominant, and you're always vulnerable to any sort of a counter attack and somebody making a sloppy mistake. But Paul, like, again, we've seen the leadership qualities of Andy Boyle, and he was really strong in there. Greg, very good, and I just said to Patrick, that's one of his worst half an hours of football I've ever seen from him. But ironically, he scored a goal, and I've been trying to get more goals out of him, so he had an answer for me if he needed to today. So that's just the way it goes. Yeah.
You mentioned the goal. When you consider the goals he scored for this club, it's probably the lowest quality, but in terms of importance, it could be right up there.
Yeah, it could be. And look, I mean, these things happen in cup football. As I said, when the business ends of this competition comes around, we won't remember today. We remember that we're still in the draw, and that's all we can do. We haven't been that lucky coming down here in between European games on a really extremely hot day. But I have to say that I thought the players were very motivated in the start, and they came prepared properly, done their business right. What was a difficult kick-off time, and we're very good as a result of it. Yeah.
Just looking ahead to Thursday, the Europa League game, is that the last thing you would have wanted, or is it, as you say, you've got game time in the players? So is it a bit of both?
A little bit of both. I mean, if we were off today, we probably would have trained quite hard anyway in terms of the preparation, but it would have been designed around Thursday's game. So it is what it is. I mean, we're used to around this club for many years. Thursday, Sunday. So hopefully it's a headache going forward, and it is what it is. I think me complained about the kick-off time grabbed more headlines than necessarily needed. It's not a criticism of Limerick in any way, shape, form. It's just I think you've got to give respect to people travelling. It was a difficult travel time, and it is what it is. But in fairness, brilliant ground, meeting on hand before the game. It's great to see Limerick, treaty, but Limerick having a real proper club. I watched them a couple of weeks ago. The pitch and the stadium is a credit to them, and I wish them well.